Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk empath, and I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. And I had a pretty pleasant day. It's a word Mom used earlier. Went for a walk up the street to the light pole and back. Her back gets stiff when it's nice. She gets antsy. I got to spend some time outside today, about freaking an hour and a half. Me and the cat just freaking blissed out in the sun. It's just like, hello there, sun. It's been so long. It was about 52 degrees, but in the sun it felt like 60. Man, it's glorious. That was the first time. Oh, I loved it. I just soaked it up. The cat just soaked it up, and hopefully tomorrow we'll do more of the same. And it's just ready. Spring's around the corner. It's on Thursday after tomorrow's first day. Spring solstice, equinox. And I was just listening to Rick's account of how he thinks things are going to play out, how he sees them playing out in his charts that he looks at, and it's going to be a heavy week, man. Get good with your emotions. Learn how to self-soothe. Learn how to let stuff go. If you have any buttons, try and get rid of them now. It's just more and more weird stuff is going to happen, because people don't know how to contain themselves. And emotions are just vibrational frequency, and they don't know how to contain that. So now everybody is having to get grounded and go within and freaking look at themselves. And they're going to start seeing, wow, we really don't need things like bars and restaurants. And I saw a story the other day. I hate pro sports for this reason. And then I saw that, I don't like it because I know this, and then the universe presents to me the evidence comes across my way to support why I don't like it. And there's 32 NFL teams, and in 2013 they had a cap for each team. You can pay out like a SIP, like a pool. You can pay out to $133 million for your whole team. Now multiply that times 32 teams in the NFL, right? It's just a godly amount of money. The numbers, you can't do it on your phone calculator, that's for sure. And then every year they've made that go up because they just keep making more and more money, because you got to feed the ego, and that's egocentric. Folks are the type that play pro sports. I'm the best of the best of the best. Pay me. I drive the best cars. I drive wear the most expensive clothes. I waste the most money because of my ego. Because people are coming to find out that we aren't ego's having a spiritual experience, where spirit's having a human experience, and whoops, there's a lot of confusion it's causing. So over the years since then, the last 7 years, they've upped that. Now each team is allotted $199 million. I wonder how many I should have looked that up, is what I should have. How many players on an NFL team? 53. So there's 53 players. So we got 53 times 32, because there's 32 teams. So for 1,696 people, right? That's not a lot of people. It's not a lot of people in the world, as far as in terms of how many people they say they are. See, people are like, oh, I never do the numbers, so let me do the numbers for you. So for 1,000, that's just for the players, right? They're allotted 199 times 32, so $6 billion. Yeah, $6 billion. Right. And then you look at Congress, for 535 people, their annual income is $95 million, right? Now, because everybody's staying home and people are like, well, how are they going to pay their bills? I saw California saw a thing that they were going to do mortgage forgiveness and rent forgiveness, right? Nobody has to pay their bills right now, right? And that's the thing. That's what I've been talking about for 3 years, is that there's so much money that there is it shouldn't be this way. So what happened was oh, I don't want that song. I hate when songs come up and it throws off my freaking flow. That was a bad one. Shift gears. So, okay, so, and then, now they're talking about a stimulus package. They did this back in 2006, or 2007, 2008, back when I bought my house, in Omaha, and everybody got like 600. Single people get screwed, man. Single people get so freaking screwed. We get hardly base. We get crumbs. We're the ones that should be getting twice, 3 times as much as anybody else. You know, from what I understand, you know, being single is a choice, just like being married and having kids. Having kids isn't yeah it shouldn't be worth more than what other people get. It's just weird, but the balance is coming back into play. That's what's happening. The playing ground, the playing field is being made level. So now the government is talking about, we'll give everybody $1,000. That'll stimulate the economy. I'm like, bitch, you motherfuckers are sitting on freaking piles of cash and just pissing away money. He wants to tout his $850 million stimulus package. I'm like, so now that everybody's staying home, I guess nobody's off doing their made-up war engagements for oil. Oh, they're gonna fire up this week, I think. Yeah, because they did last week. You freaking bombed Iraq last week, yeah. But now, so the thing that I think that is really interesting, that people are going to have an opportunity. See, that's the thing, is it's going to get so gnarly first before things temper out and chill out. Because have you ever seen like an animal in distress in it, how it gets backed in a corner, and it's powerless, it has no control, and it's threatened on top of it. It's threatened. So you're going to have all these people that go out because they feel small and they threaten people all the time. Now they got to stay home and they got to think about their behavior, right? And they're going to start getting spooked, because people that threaten have a threatening vibration, right? So they're going to start, now that when it gets quiet, unless, they have some sort of awakening spiritually, they're going to start all that energy that they spent usually being a threat on it, just being a jerk to other people, it's gonna turn on them. And so people left and right are gonna start shorting out, because everyone's getting quiet. So now they have to look at themselves and they have to look at their behavior. And I mean, look around, man. The world ain't in the way that it is because people are acting of their best and highest and fullest potential. It's not how it works. And for whatever reason, information, because now more and more people aren't out there to do the reporting. So who knows what's really going on in the streets of the world, because everybody's indoors, right? No, not everybody's indoors. A lot of people are indoors, and there's all these questions about, I guess, you got to test the readiness of the military, so maybe they will impose maybe curfews and stuff like that, swinging their wieners. Women got them too. They're just an energetic sense, just trying to flex their power and do as I say and not as I do, because I'm a freaking phony, when it comes down to it. And it's just flex, flex, flex. And people are going to come to see, and they've been doing it for the last couple of years, that it ain't no way to live. So people are going to start living free, or they're going to just start dying, because it's no way to live, man. It's no way to live locked up in your, confinement, because people are getting cold. So now every flu season, the whole world goes on lockdown. And I understand that this is more aggressive and it travels faster, but the underlying, the basic thing about it is, it's health. It's health. It's health. Get yourself healthy. Health is like, we've given example time and time again, like with the fires. You know why the fires freaking erupted in Northern California a couple years back? Because the people that we kept paying, the power people, they kept paying themselves instead of getting in their trucks and going out and working and clearing the brush off the lines. No, they got lazy. People got lazy and people have gotten complacent, and they just kept putting money in their pockets. So what happens is, have you ever seen a fire go up? You know, you keep it trimmed, you keep it clear, you know, it makes it harder for the fire to jump. You know, the dry grass will burn, but it'll burn up quicker, and it's, you know, but you don't keep it clear, and it's just all that dead, untrimmed debris, overgrowth stuff, and it just goes up like that. Well, what happens is we've come to a society, well, instead of people living clean and healthy, you know, they've ate their emotions. I've done it too. I don't do it anymore, but I can if I'm not careful, because I've done it, so I know that it's in me. So people, instead of eating their emotions and staying what they feel, you know, they have all this underbrush in them, so that makes them susceptible, more susceptible. You know, it's just easier to freaking eat some steak and freaking some potatoes and stuff like that, and don't skip the vegetables like the greens and the salads and stuff like that, you know. Just and eat a couple desserts and then go drink a bunch of beers, you know. Do all that because it feels good, and gosh darn it, you deserved it because you worked so hard. That's all ego stuff, man. There ain't no room for that when spirit is allowed to step in. So I'm gonna wrap it up. So people are getting quiet, and they're gonna have to really face themselves, and they're not gonna like what they see. They're not. And what else was I gonna say about that? Oh yeah, so people not keeping themselves healthy. You know, you set yourself up for a predisposition for sickness. So when one of these goes around, it's just like in the fire, that it's just all the unhealthy people are just getting like dominoes, you know, just like in the fire, because it's susceptible freaking undergrowth and dead brush that freaking, because people let themselves go. So hopefully this is a wake up call. People, you know, start walking in their neighborhoods and getting out, getting physical and doing stuff like that, and maybe next time this happens in another 12, 18 years, because it happens every cycle, every Saturn return, 18 years, they'll be better prepared. So anyway, it's about all I have for now. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.